All right, guys, we present to you the first startup of our wrecked 2,000 horsepower twin turbo Lamborghini Gallardo. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. What's going on, JR Garage? Welcome back to the channel. As you guys can see from the title, this is going to be a very, very exciting video because today is the day that hopefully the twin turbo UGR Gallardo will start for the first time. Well, I guess if the title says that, then you already know it started, but see, we don't really know that. It could go either way, but I guess we're gonna find out.
Yes, definitely. Still lots to do before we can make that happen today. All of the cooling system and even the oiling system is off the car right now, so we need to put that back on. If we can get all that done, then it'll be ready for a first start and maybe oil change and coolant change and fill and all that stuff. But boy, oh boy, because I've been teased so much, you have too, with different videos that we've received of the car. Oh, tell them about that one.
Yeah, it seems like every day you guys are sending us a new video of the car. Like I told you it was famous. There's videos of it like all over the place, but certain ones I haven't seen. Somebody sent me a video that I'd never seen before. And this video is pretty good because, you know, he just happened to send a video of our car two-stepping at, I think, UGR's headquarters or something. So I'll go ahead and play that video now. Yeah, so that is some pretty impressive anti-lag, two-step, whatever you want to call it, out of a twin turbo V10. Like, we'll be there at one point once we get it running. But anyway, just to hear the thing crank over and start up would be just the most amazing feeling, given that we've never heard it run. And a lot of you guys are like, oh, you'll never get that thing to run. Well, we're about to find out. Yeah, it's a lot of work, but I think we can get there.
Lastly, before we get to work, an update from Tesla, from Elon Musk himself. He is guaranteeing if you can place an order, that car will be there before the end of the year for the full $7,500 tax credit. And if they can't, for some reason, make that window, then you get free total cancellation, all your money back. So that is an awesome deal. We did not think that was going to be possible, but he wants to make it happen, get all the cars out that he can for that full $7,500 tax credit.
Yeah.
So use our referral code and get 6 months of free supercharging worth a good amount of money, and you know, nothing beats that.
You only got like 3 days left to take advantage of that referral code. After that, I think they're getting rid of it. You won't be able to get free supercharging anymore, but this lets you get 6 months free supercharging. So whether you order that way or through the inventory process, just email us regardless of any Tesla questions. We've helped a lot of you guys in the past. We've received a lot of emails lately. So if we can help you too, that'd be great. jrgarage22@gmail.com for all of our Tesla guys out there.
Also, if you already ordered a Tesla but not used a referral code, you can still add our referral code and get 6 months of free supercharging and drive our Roadster.
Yes, as a way of saying thank you, we will let you drive our 2020 Roadster when it comes. Pretty insane, right? Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and hop in the warehouse and get tearing into this twin turbo Gallardo. Let's go. Alrighty, so in we go. We got the whole collection of cars here. 355 is still here, but that may be sold. We'll talk about that in a later video. But anyway, here's all the fluids. Got some catch cam for the oil and lots of fluids going in the car. But Christian has been here for like 20 minutes trying to make heads or tails of what the heck is going on up here. Keep in mind, guys, it's like a giant puzzle, and we just have to figure it out, even though it's not stock. A lot of aftermarket parts that make it even more challenging.
Exactly. So we'll see once more components are in here. Once a headlight is in here, then it'll be like, oh, this will reach perfectly to this one, and that's all fine. We've found that out to be pretty easy with the McLaren. But the more confusing thing is what kind of setup they had for the cooling. So it seemed like stock radiators we have, but the oil cooler is this guy. And maybe it's stock. I don't know if I can read any Italian on it, or it might be stock, but probably not, because these guys look like the oil cooler lines. So we've got these guys here. I think I got them figured out for that. But the radiators. So all we've got is one radiator hose. Looks like a upper lower something. But you put it over here where it seems like it goes, and it just heads back to the engine. So it's like, what the heck? I was kind of confused for a while, but then I remembered our pile of parts.
And this is just pile number one. I mean, we've got a whole bunch laying around.
Here it is. This makes a lot of sense.
So this somehow hooks up here. So anyway, we've just been trying to figure out now where these go, but we think we're on a good we think we're on a good lead. We think we can figure it out. But anyway, very confusing. So this is kind of a walkthrough of what we're going through. So what's 10 minutes on video is like hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of working. But hey, in the end, it's all gonna pay off. So anyway, we're just trying to make sure everything is hooked up where it should be. Oh, I hear stuff happening. Wow, this is the first time this car has had any power to it. I heard the windows move. Putting it to 2, making sure not to start it. Oh, we have life. All right guys, so first signs of life. The car does power up a little bit, if you will. Gas, we actually got up, it went up to half a tank, so we may need to get some more gas at some point, whatever. We're just gonna get in a little edit of trying to figure this madness out or whatever else happens to the car, and it may be into tomorrow before we make a ton of progress, but by the end of this video, I want a first startup to happen, so we'll see if we can get her done. All right guys, it's the next day. So last night, Christian and I finished up on the radiator up there. The passenger side is looking great. I mean, this is just, it really came together nicely. We got all the piping in here, routed correctly. Everything's plugged in over there. That's looking good. The driver's side radiator, however, has a little bit of a problem though. We just realized we were about to put it in until we realize there is a gaping hole. So that's not gonna work. So we have to order another one of those along with some other parts to finish up the work back here. But don't worry, those will be coming soon. So Christian's actually just at the store seeing if he can find just a little hose to connect those 2 pipes so that there's not obviously a leak, and so that maybe we can get away with a first startup. I don't know. We'll see. We're trying everything we can just to get a first startup and not have to wait for some of those other parts to come. Maybe we'll get away with it. We'll see. But while he's at the store, I went ahead and put the rear tail lights back in. Got the left one done. Man, these things are a pain in the butt. You gotta sneak your hand back all the way up there, and there are a couple screws you can see, and there's 2 screws back here. They're already tinted black, so it's got a nice little ominous look to it. So 1 more to go and we'll be good to go. And a lot of you guys were commenting on the previous video to do a LP rear end conversion like Tavares did. And while that does look really, really awesome, like I gotta admit, looks great, it is pretty time and labor intensive, and it does cost quite a bit of money. Comment down below. I mean, it's not too late to do it if we want to, but we may just throw the stock bumper back on there. I say stock, but it has like a carbon fiber diffuser. It looks really, really good. So in the front, the jury is still out whether we're doing an LP conversion or not. I'm kind of leaning towards it, but a lot of you guys were on the fence. So comment down below, front end LP conversion too. Bumper, what do you guys think? Another comment down below. Should we put the rear bumper back on or not? What do you guys think? Do we run no bumper? I feel like this would be way cooler. Imagine rolling up to a car show with all of that twin turbo goodness exposed. What do you guys think? Comment down below. We will listen. If you want it back on, we'll put it on. If not, we'll go weight reduction bro, and we'll have twin turbos sticking out. I like option 2. Comment option 2. And while he's checking the oil, let's take another look at this beautiful, recently cleaned I have you. I spent a couple hours cleaning this out. Here, before, after. How about that? Look at that difference. That's what 2 to 3 hours of cleaning can do. We were just moments away from doing a first startup. This was the last thing we had to hook up, but we were very unsure at what this was. We spent about an hour figuring this out. Explain in 20 seconds, Christian.
Yeah, so we thought it was an oil cooler this whole time. It's just a water cooler. It is for the air to water intercooler. So you see that back there, or we'll point it out. It runs all the way to the front just to get nice, fresh air, and then the air to water action of the intercooler, of course, happens back by the intakes, charge pipe.
So those lines run all the way over here, and then they snake up and around all the way to there, that line.
That line is where cold water goes in, and then once it gets warmed up, then it goes back to here, back to here, and then it'll drain back down through there to a little pump that sits at the bottom of that.
So now we're gonna fill it up with the oil, make sure it's at a good level, and then hook up the battery and hopefully it'll start. Guys, like keep in mind, it has been like 6 or 7 months now since the accident, so it hasn't run in a long time. A lot could go wrong, like simple dumb little things could prevent this thing from starting. So we really have our fingers crossed, but I don't know, you can't really get too excited because like I said, it has been a while and you're dealing with a 14-year-old car, so you never know. All right, let's go. Well guys, the last and final step. We hooked up the battery, we got the oil in the car, we got coolant in the car. Now we just need some more fuel in the car. It has about half tank. We're gonna add some fresh VP MS109. I wasn't kidding guys, remember how I said this stuff was crazy expensive? Do we have any guesses on how much I paid for 5 gallons earlier this morning? $99.99. Do some quick math, that'd be $20 a gallon.
Jeez.
And at, what is this, like 8 miles to the gallon maybe it'll get? It costs about $2.50 per mile to drive this in fuel alone. Oh my gosh, all right, I don't even want to think about it.
All that means is we gotta get all of this into there.
Once we open that cap, it's gonna stink up the entire warehouse. This stuff is so like, oh, just strong and flammable and dangerous. But hey, in the name of 2,000 horsepower, gotta have race fuel. But of course, we'll get more power out of like C16 or Q16 fuel. That's coming later. Baby steps. Remember, guys, 93 octane, which, well, we skipped. And now we're straight to race fuel, but
even more expensive. I mean, I could fill up 2 tanks with 99 bucks. And this isn't even filling up a tank. This is 5 gallons.
A fifth of a tank.
20-gallon tank.
24. So it's a fifth of a tank for $100. Whoa, so a full tank of gas in this thing is $500. Okay, that's scary. Again, I don't want to even think about this anymore. Okay, let's go, fill it up. All right, there she is. Well, let's see if we can not spill this all over the Perfect Verde at the paint. Here we go. Oh God, here we go. Oh God. All right, full send. Go. Okay. That's $30, $40. We're getting every last drop out of this sucker.
Yes, that's for sure.
5 minutes later. 2 hours later. 1 week later.
That is every last drop.
We got our $100 worth. All right.
Holy moly. You now have.
All right, guys. Boom. We'll see if Christian's very
did everything correctly. Is a bit of a stretch, but we don't have our other radiator, and you guys want this car started, so I think it should be okay just to have some quote-unquote piping and just lube it so it won't be getting cooled by a radiator right here, but it's just still completing the circuit.
I think we're good. Let's get inside. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. That is not the starter noise. After 4 attempts to start the car, it won't go because the battery, I think, is shot after 8 months of sitting. But genius idea.
Yeah, the Viper, it even happens to be the same group battery. We didn't even think we'd get that lucky, but this one always starts the Viper up, and that's turning over a huge V10.
So we're gonna cannibalize this battery, throw it in there. Okay, Viper battery on. Viper without a battery, poor thing. All right, with the Viper battery. 3, 2, 1. Well guys, that is unbelievable. unfortunate. It is now day 3. We tried some more things fiddling with it today and still no luck. I'm gonna let Christian explain all the technical things that could be wrong because it's confusing.
Yeah, so break it down. You just need air, fuel, and spark. So it's not getting one of those because the starter, albeit turning slow, we think it's maybe turning fast enough. If it's turning too slow, that could be an oiling issue. Maybe really, first of all, it's racing oil, heavy weight, so it's hard enough to turn over, but also maybe old oil. So we'll do an oil change, but also the fuel system. That's where we really think the issue might lie. The spark plugs, like all of the spark plugs going out, no, you get like a misfire first. If it was spark plugs, and then air, it should be getting the air it needs, no problem. So it should really be the fuel. And man, we've had the problem on our old 944 turbos before where the fuel filter and fuel pump just got so gunked up, and so it's probably the case with what happened here. Racing fuel, it's not as stable and it goes bad more quickly, turns into a varnish and will clog things up, just won't even give you the bang you need anymore. And so that is probably our problem.
Yeah, and we didn't even hear the fuel pumps running, which is really weird. You can normally hear them whining, and especially because there's 3 of them. We were talking to our buddies Mark from FS Garage and David. They were kind of walking us through some things it could be, since they have a UGR Gallardo 2, and he's leaning toward the fuel really messing up the pumps and it's not getting the fuel it needs. Now, maybe the battery wasn't fully charged out of the Viper, but it was working just fine. So it just, we're leaning away from that. So I don't know, comment down below. Maybe you guys can come in clutch here and help us out. But like you said, we're going to do the oil change. We're going to try to figure out fuel, maybe look at some of the filters. I would hate to drain all that fuel, especially the $100 in fuel we just put in, but whatever. So frustrating. I wanted it so badly to start to have an awesome video for you guys, but regardless, we did do some cool things in this video. We got a lot done, great progress has been made, and now we're ready for the first startup next video.
So working on the fuel system is definitely going to be messy, but look forward to that next video. We'll be either draining it or checking the fuel filters, fuel pumps. So thanks for that tip off from FS Garage with their UGR. If you want to see a running UGR car, go head over there. You'll have to wait maybe till next video for our car.
Yeah, so bummer, but oh well, we're not going to sugarcoat it. It is what it is. You know, we're showing you guys like exactly how it goes down, and this is how it goes down. So, but subscribe if you're new to the channel. You're not going to want to miss future videos when we do indeed get this thing running and driving. And like the video if you enjoyed it. Drop a comment down below on all those things I mentioned about should we leave the rear bumper off, should we go LP front end, all that good stuff. We want to hear your thoughts down below. Thank you guys so much. Yes. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we will see you guys in the next one. Take care.